This video seemed like a great idea to do because there's always a bunch of similar questions that keep popping up. Let's dive right in. Hey, what's up guys? Callum Moore here, and on this channel I share information that we need to achieve real estate success. If you haven't yet, consider subscribing. At any point during the video, check out the description below. I list links to what we discuss, all my recommendations, and how to contact me down there. Let's get in the video. Okay, so first out of the gates is, how much does it cost to become a real estate agent in Ontario? Well, the educational portion of this is $3,700 or $3,715 just in itself to get through. Then you have the painful initiation fees, licensing fees, and insurance fees. This will depend obviously where you are, but mine was about $1,600. Let me see if I can find an email on it. I'll put it right here. Yes, so $1,582. There's a few more fees on top of that, so we'll call it about $3,000 extra dollars to get registered. So you got $3,700 for the education, $3,000 more, $6,700 total to get your license and get going. Then of course you'll have monthly fees, but that depends on what type of business you plan on running. 2, where do I get my real estate license? Well, you get your real estate license, well, you apply for it online, and it's done by Humber College. At the time of this video, it's all done online. The course material, the exams, even your week-long simulation sessions. But pre-pandemic, it was the exams and those week-long sessions were done in person. You would drive to like a local college or university or wherever you could do it. I think mine was about 25 minutes away. It was at Conestoga College, but if it wasn't there, it was going to be Toronto, and Toronto is about an hour and 10 minutes with no traffic. So it would have been worse, significantly better online. 3, how long is the real estate course? Well, you have 2 years to complete the entire course from the moment you purchase your first exam. And there are 4 courses and 2 simulation sessions. There are 4 courses, 4 exams, and 2 simulation sessions. I was able to get it done in 4.5 months. I'll put a video to it right here. I strongly suggest watching that, especially if you care about your own time and if time management's a priority. You want to watch that. But yeah, you have 2 years to complete the entire program. It's nice for people that especially want to take their time doing it. I'm not too sure why they would want that. Question 4, is the real estate program hard? I found the start to be challenging. You just don't know what's up at the beginning. You don't know how long it's going to take. It's probably been, for some people, it's been years since they've actually studied or been in a classroom. So I found it challenging at the beginning. But these videos that I make, they didn't exist back then. So you just had some short videos and whatever they gave you online. So now you can see someone do it. You can see how long it took them to do it, how they prepare and how they study. It seems like this would be easier now with the content out there to help students. So yeah, I would say hard at the beginning, but then you get a good study structure down. The content seems to be less intimidating and you start to move forward pretty quick. I'll add as well that the exams can be stressful for sure. I found at least my first 2 that I would leave the exam and I felt I'd failed, but you get better at them. They become more normal. You understand, at least at the time I had to do them, the onboarding part of it at the very beginning. You start to fly through that, and then you just, boom, bang out your exam. Next question, why is that plant in every video? I obviously knew this question was coming. This plant probably needs some sunlight. I gotta take it out every so often. You tell me, is this plant good? Is this plant bad? Do you prefer something else up there? Let me know. Once I pass the real estate course, now what? Now you have to join a brokerage. You have to, if you're Ontario here, it's regulated, so you must. And I don't know if this term's used. It's kind of a weird term. I more get it online, but you have to like hang your license. Maybe it's more of an American term. But yeah, you got to join a brokerage, so you got to start searching maybe mid-course. So start searching around course 2 or course 3 for the brokerage you want to be at, hopefully for life. Yeah, that brokerage will help you fill out your RICO application most likely, and you'll send that in as well as your Humber College student finish transcripts and your police check. Okay, question number 6. How do you get hired by a brokerage? Okay, so this one's a pretty good one. You have all of the control. To a certain extent, every brokerage wants you. This, in my opinion, will change over the years. I feel something's going to shift, but at the moment, yes, you do the research, you choose the brokerage, and you reach out. I'd still do a resume though, or something like that. There's a chance that some teams won't want you because they might be full, or they might have some sort of strict regiment. But usually, if you know what you're doing and you've passed this extremely in-depth Humber college course, they'll be glad to have you. Which brokerage to choose and how do I compare? Yes, so do all of your research online for sure. We have so many fears as brand new agents, and rightfully so. This is a pretty intimidating beginning. Even after the education, there's so much logistics we don't know. But from what I've been told, and I'm learning this myself right now, these logistics are not that bad. And I think that the fear of this itself is what causes brand new agents to unfortunately join brokerages or teams with brutal splits, and in turn does result in, unfortunately, a lot of failure, especially for new agents. The amount of money that we make at the beginning is very crucial to catapult us into like marketing and getting going. We don't want that foot keeping us down. For me, it was absolutely a no-brainer. I had done a ton of research comparing every single brokerage, just the business model itself, and I went with eXp Realty. It's definitely a forward-thinking brokerage with like fantastic vision, amazing training, and of course, the numbers have to make sense. Almost none of this matters if the numbers don't make sense. If you can see a future from what you can get from the numbers, they could promote anything they want to you, especially as brand new agents. We're very susceptible with all of the early fears, but you got to look at the numbers. But once the numbers are there, so I'd put the numbers at top. You could probably change this a little bit because if the people and the numbers align, that is everything. So the people you're with, and they could be close to you, they could be far away, but the people you're with, the numbers, and of course the training you're going to get. And not just like training at the beginning, because we're going to get through these small logistics extremely fast, and we're going to want to now grow a business. And I say that from a perspective of not needing to see these people face to face. I just need all of the platforms that we currently use. Just Zoom, phone call, text, and this is an absolute must for me. Screen sharing webinars where I can ask questions and record it. That last one for me is everything. If your brokerage isn't doing video tutorials, recorded video tutorials, then you're missing out on so much possibility for education. I can learn so much from a detailed screen sharing tutorial that I can record. This just means that I can refer back to it whenever I want, and it's a win-win for everybody. It's a win-win because the teacher, the mentor, can put on this perfect tutorial, half an hour, hour long. They won't have to repeat themselves a million times. They do it once perfectly. I refer back to it. Too easy. But yes, the numbers have to make sense for sure. So that still comes first. If that training is on point, that gets us moving, that gets us ideas, that grows our business, but the numbers have to make perfect sense. Like for instance, my sponsor who I joined eXp with this year will make hundreds of thousands of dollars, not counting what he usually makes doing real estate that he would be making at every other brokerage. This is on top of his normal day-to-day work that me and you will be doing. I joined with him and I get all of the support you could imagine from a sponsor, and he doesn't ask for a single penny. Not a single penny of my commission will go to him. All of his incentives to help me as a person that he brought on, it all comes from eXp's end, and I wouldn't have it any other way if I were to tell people about the business. Like the value I want to provide for people that join with me, I want to basically change the game, especially for new agents. That rant might have been a bit long, sorry about that, but I'm definitely looking for partners as I move forward in eXp. So reach out if any of this makes sense as you're looking for a brokerage. but of course, do all of the research. Everything is different for everybody. Just make sure those first 3 are on point. Numbers, people, training. Okay, those were solid 7 questions. If anything else, if you have any other question at all, put it in the description below. I read every single comment, get back to every single person. Those are the 7 big ones, but there's plenty more. I really hope that helped, and I'll put this video right here that I mentioned earlier. If you're in the course and you're looking to complete it significantly faster, I suggest watching that video. We'll see you there.